Hello there and welcome. This video is going to be a two-parter. Firstly, I'm going to talk about the changes to the map Nexus. Since you saw it last week, it has now been completely overhauled. I myself have been working with White Flash Reborn, one of the best map makers in the game's history, because he is so open to feedback and criticism. So all the feedback you guys were giving in the comment section last week, with feedback from expert players such as LoveNest, and I myself have sat with White Flash on Discord calls, and we've gone through this map with a fine-tooth comb. So the position it is in now is tremendously better, and you're going to see those changes. And then we're going to watch a game between VonIvan and Noggano, two of the game's best players, on the updated map. So you're going to really enjoy that. It's going to be, it's a hell of a game. I've already seen it myself, but I don't mind casting it for you, my loyal subscribers, because you deserve it. You're all great people, all 10,700 of you. So without further ado, this is the map. I'm going to play this on quarter time speed, so you won't miss anything. You'll see how slowly the units move. And yeah, let's have a little look at all of the problems with it that existed and what White Flash has done, because he is the executor and the final decision maker on this. It's his map. First and foremost, the victory points and fuel points have been swapped over to create a sense of immediacy and to bring them closer together, the center and the south and the north, etc. This just makes the gameplay a little more urgent. The victory points aren't too spread, causing too spread and play. The entire south compound has changed to give it like a walled-off feel. This is an aesthetical difference, again, I suggested. And also, White Flash has tightened up the walls here and here, creating just a better arena of battle. The entire map is now smaller. You'll notice that these sections here, you see how the TAC map used to exist up here? Well, now it doesn't. That is a perfect showing of how much smaller the map is. And this entire area has been removed, meaning you can still flank around here, but there's nowhere to go down here anymore. You're straight onto the point, which just makes the overall arena better. These points, this was a great recommendation by LoveNest. Everything's been tightened up in terms of capping order. So you go here, and then to the fuel point, or maybe to this point. It used to be a bit more weird in the spreading. But this is probably the best change you're all going to love. The center is so much better now. The center is less cluttered. There used to be trees here, 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 and here. They've all been removed. Also, this assembly area, as I'm going to call it, is now it's got these sight blocking trees, which stop, which make it more prominent and a little bit more of like it blocks the flow of the battle. And not in a bad way. Sorry, what I mean by that is the flow is too turbulent in the center. These cause the flow to become laminar. That's an engineering term, but it's true. If things don't feel right, they're too chaotic, it's because stuff is just sloshing around like crazy. Sometimes you need a stabilizing feature in the center, and I believe that's what these now create. They're sight blockers, you can shoot through them. They've also a heavy crush, so you can't destroy them until the late game. And now there's like islands in the center, which I think is going to really make the central play a lot better. Also, all of the cover points have now been made perpendicular, just aesthetical changes. Everything is just in pretty lines now. This here was a good recommendation, I think by Isildur actually, who said you could throw incendiary grenades over this wall too easily into the house, making this house completely rubbish for high level play. And this entire northern section has been changed also. It's now got this propane tank here, which can set that fuel off, which is just aesthetic, but it's kind of cool. And yeah, it's just all the flanking routes have been improved around this centre just to make it even for both players. The whole point in this wall, by the way, is you're meant to be able to flank around here from the west side if somebody set up an MG here, and same for the east side. It just makes MG play a little bit harder to pull off. There are a lot of other changes as well. I'm sure you'll discover some of them as I cast this game. But pretty much every part of the map has been altered slightly. All the aesthetics are different. And just big props to White Flash to being a map maker that's not overly proud to change his maps. And I really think that this is going to be a strong contender for a tournament map we're going to see for the next several years. And we're all going to learn. We're all going to not learn to love it. We're all going to grow to love it. Because, yeah, it's got its own character now. I'm sure we're all going to... Anyway, without further ado, I kind of ramble after a while. Let's get on with the cast. And we can see that VonIvan going for USF play, because USF are the flavour of the day in this patch, thanks to those meaty rifle changes. I must admit, my personal life is very busy. It was my 30th birthday this weekend. It was yesterday, actually. I did a lot of drinking, you could probably tell in the timbre of my voice. So I have not been able to keep up with the patch as much as I'd like. I have played on it. I have watched all of Tightropes videos. I have read the patch notes several times and done a podcast with DevM on the patch notes. But yeah. I'm not fully up on it, so if I make any boo-boos, don't murder me too much, only slightly, because my mum needs to be able to recognise me. We've got Noggano, who goes by Nico these days. I'm not too sure about that. Oh! One last change, by the way. The map used to be really dark, and now it's really light. That was another one of A's finest recommendations. By the way, it's the atmospheric setting you see in the strategic Zoomcast. I mess around with the settings in the Zoomcast series, and this is the same lighting as that cast series. So just a little bit of fun fact for you there, Also, the Totem Conf uniform worn by the Grenadiers here is of a variety Hugo Boss designed. That's my Imperial Dane impression for the day. I'm sure you can appreciate that. 3 rifles, pretty stagnant behaviour so far. It looks like Wehrmacht's gone south. We're going to see our first bullets fired. Who's going to fire the first bullet? Actually happened up here. It was the rear echelons, I believe. They're both attacking this barrel, or spindle rather, set of spools. MG was set up in a decent position, firing all the way through that hole in the wall. First time I've ever seen that on Nexus. You'll notice, by the way, another change is all the steel girders around this area and up here have been removed. That's because they were colliding with AT gunfire too much. Pioneers pursuing and harassing the rear echelons. Check out the south, by the way. Riflemen are flanking through the hole in the wall. We've also got riflemen set up here. MG's repositioning. Check out the north. Worker battle. Looks like the rear echelons are winning. Pioneers need to be careful. But meanwhile, he's trying to micro here. The riflemen have flanked the machine gun. But no, the Grenadiers hold strong. They've cut him off here. Can they traverse in time? He pokes out. Pokes back in again. Pack it up, and let me begin. Riflemen pushing in. We've, of course, got heavy cav chosen by VonIvan. Noggano not chosen quite yet. He is a pioneer down in this early game. And he's trying to keep up with the hype. He's got a World Championships to cast. Don't forget, Ren's looking low. Other Grenadier squad saves the day. We've got suppression down here. Another Grenadier surviving. This has been a lucky escape by Noggano because the wanton aggression and ferocious display of VonIvan is absolutely unstoppable, it seems. His style is impetuous. His defense is impregnable. Now, I'm trying to do a Mike Tyson quote there. I failed miserably. It didn't make any sense in the context of this. Gren's in base, getting fully healed. 30 manpower a pop, of course. Think about the attrition. If you look at the KD, yeah, it's actually been quite close on both sides. This is actually allowing, because of that closeness, allowing Noggano to strike back. He is the Eastern player. Got some fuel harassment coming from VonIvan. And the USF Steamroller is engaged. By that I mean we're going to go M20, Stewart, probably Pershing, all in a row. No let-up for the Wehrmacht player, ever. DevM was a big proponent of this, winning the Operation Charlie Fox tournament back in 2015. He wrote a famous guide on it on co2.org, and you can still find it to this day. He updated it 2 years ago, I believe, or 1.5 years ago. So it is relevant, very relevant right now, because quite frankly it is the auto match meta. So I urge you to go check out that guide. Here comes that M20 boy. Just surveying the battlefield, trying to think of where his first assault is going to be. Grenadier low there, did escape. Rifleman in the house. I don't know what they're making for. It is a factory, of course. Oh, grenade. Over the wall, by the way. Nice grenade. Did a lot of health damage, whilst AE was doing some Ami-Polizei-Funk style camera work. No, I don't disrespect Ami, of course. Godfather of competitive play. But he did do a lot of zooming in. I like zooming in though. It shows the detail you sometimes miss when you're playing. Just don't do it in the biggest moments. That's the secret. Patchwork quilt effect here. A lot of decapping going on. We've got the munitions decapped. Looks like the lieutenant's going to force his way south probably and take the fuel. M20, further harassment. Ooh, MG was low. Very low indeed. Another push off for VonIvan. But all the while rather, this Grenadier is in the northern quadrant taking the fuel. M20 is going to come to deal with it. Reversing into view. That Pintle Mount Gunner. Rifleman low. Very low. VonIvan sees it a bit late. They also had a retreat to initiate there. And we got a cut-off here. Notice the Y-shapes on the cut-offs, by the way, now. It's very attractive, isn't it? It's a very attractive map in terms of layout, I must admit. 20 exploiting the gap in the fence here. I'm really looking forward to in tournaments, by the way, a big tank bursting through here. I think that's going to be a cool cinematic. Lieutenant pushing in. Grenadier suffering. Can't get the munitions capped. Oh, didn't want to risk it. May have been worth it. I don't know. Because of, well, it wouldn't have been. He would have lost the squad. I'm an idiot. But the point I was going to make is, of course, Wehrmacht are a munitions heavy faction. If you want to get those Grenadiers upgraded, you're going to need it. We do have, by the way, incendiary armor piercing rounds as a possibility for the MG now. So the M20 has to be a little bit more careful. Bunkers coming up in base. Got fuel harassment in the north. And the Stuarts now in position. First shot. Oh, didn't even need it. The machine gunner got a kill there. That's the coaxial machine gunner and, of course, the hull gunner. The Stuart has both. And gee, what is he thinking? He's exposing himself to risk. Also got a cut off from the rear echelon squad. I was going to say he's got 1 star of veterancy. So when I finished saying squad, I said he's got the rear echelon squaw. Just so you know the inner workings of my brain, I suppose. And there you go. Theory of a madman. Oh, they're going to make a baby light armor tank. The M20 Stuart offspring. Lieutenant's coming back into the field of battle. The rifleman. This one's really low on health, it must be pointed out. This guy's pushing in the south using the off-map smoke barrage. Stuart's just been fausted. There is no follow-up though, so should be safe. Check out this MG. He's repositioned in the hail of smoke, and he's got 2 Grenadiers coming to help him out. Lieutenant's got the bazooka. Just wary of a tier 2 push. That isn't going to happen by the looks of it. Bit of poor infantry micro from VonIvan. He wasn't watching that one. He might pay the price. There you go. There's that famous lack of preservation. M20 tried to pop smoke to save his retreat. Couldn't quite do so. Meanwhile, Stuart's got his engine back in the north. Gets fausted yet again. Just so you know the context of this game, it wasn't quite a friendly scrim. It was part of Warsaw Bears. Rifle nade. That one was seen by VonIvan. Warsaw Bears weekly challenge or weekly Warsaw Invitational for $100 on the line. I think it was a best of 7 series. I don't actually recall who won. 20 gaining veterancy 2 now, 8 kills. Got a 50 cal in the works for the USF player. Let's check on the teching here. We do of course have Battle Phase 2 upgrading. And people say A don't know shit about boxing. Sorry, about Company Heroes 2. And that's not true. You know, I knew he'd be teching right now. How did I know? It's because I've kind of cast a million games. Mate, I'm not good at the game. That's why I get pissed. If you ever watch me stream, it's because I know all the shit. I know what's meant to happen at the times. I know the fucking capping orders. I know all the build orders and all that. But I'm just not very good. It's as blunt as that, unfortunately. It's all about practice, though, you know. I often fantasize about completing my accountancy studies next year and then just getting really good at company heroes. And that's a really shit like life goal. I'm 30. But I'd just love to have the time to allocate to getting good at this game. Because I've spent so much of my life organising tournaments and casting. It'd be so good to actually, you know, maybe rank 100 just once. Just once. A man can dream. M20 pushes in. Grenadiers are getting... We're going to get forced out of cover, but they're going to hang around for the Faust. There you go. Stuart's going to watch the retreat path. Oh, he was upgrading the incendiary rounds. He gets it off. Has it been worth it? That's very, very dangerous from Noggano. He threw some chips into the centre of the table there. He rolled the dice, and he came out with a bigger stack. Getting the kill on the M20. The balls of the Russian. The burning wreckage now. Green cover for the rifleman. Meanwhile in the north, by the way, 50 cals in position. So are the rear echelons, and the riflemen have taken the munitions cut off. There is a M6 anti-tank mine there, so be on the watch out for that later on. Grenadiers suffering under the heavy firepower of the Stuart. Anti-infantry capabilities for days. No grenades on retreat, don't worry about it. We do have sport armour caught up, and we're going to be watching out to see if he wants to go Ostwind, because he's at 97 fuel. Let's keep your beady eye on that, but he does only have one territory sector right now. We've had off-map smoke barrage used on the machine gunner there. I think that's just to maybe allow this 50 cal to go into position, perhaps. Nope. Gets rifle naded from behind this bush and is forced away. Major makes his way onto the battlefield, and that can mean only one thing, of course. It is gonna be, that's right, M23 smoke screen grenades. Oh my god. Nico's done for. Yeah, the call-in meta was kind of removed. That just means now it's the major meta. The major meta! Major meta meaning, of course, the Persian. Rangers. Another MG42 in the works. Rangers going straight for the Thompson submachine guns. Stuart on 7 kills. Make that 8. Tried to do it. Damn you, Stuart. And he misses again. I jinxed him. Grenadiers in the south. Just chilling for now, it seems. Double cap on the fuel and the victory point. Did that the wrong way around because, of course, I'm not used to it. Rangers, of course, with access to that grenade. Stuart's trying to get covering fire, allowing him to get close, but that's... Oh! Might be on retreat path. Oh, there you go. They create an opening, the Grenadiers there, allowing the retreating squad to get by. Kind of a bit of luck there. Noggano, it looked, for all the world, headed towards the grenade. 50 cal in position, suppressing both squads. Meanwhile, in the south, this MG causing issues, but he was able to get the cap thanks to the M20 shell. Panzer IV is being built. Pershing is 100 fuel away and 600 manpower. So the Panzer IV will have a moment of glory at least. Check out this rifleman squad in the north, getting attacked in the south. Had a rifle nade. That was this guy hitting the house. So it's going to be a difficult retreat path. I think. Yeah, no, he's going to be okay. Bit of smoke. Where was that? It was up here, forcing this MG away. Panzer IV wants to come out on the north side if he can. There's the Stuarts up there. It'll make easy pickings. Will Noggano remember to swap around? I predict he will do. He doesn't. And he enters on this side. Grenadiers suffering under heavy firepower there. There's this cover they could use, but both players aren't fully used to the cover positions on this map at this current point in time. Major artillery comes down, nearly destroys the Pioneers on retreat. Very close indeed. Here comes the Panzer IV. Late but not too late to make an entrance. The Stuart wheels away as fast as his little tracks will carry him. Oh, he's walking to the island. Vision block damage. Let's get that fog of war on. Do the relic shuffle. Oh no, he's blocked. There you go. He's He's re-engaged. Will he get the killing blow? Ah! No, he couldn't attack ground in time. That is a shame for the Russian. Grenade. Misses the Rangers, who do polish off that squad. That was a Grenadier biting the dust. Do. And this guy's already thrown a rifle grenade, so you won't see any pet ones on retreat there. Panzer IV's got no kills. Middlepois. Stuart's in the north, just chilling for now. It's not the highest micro skill game I've ever seen. I think these players aren't playing for fun as such, but they're not playing to their 100% capabilities. Should be noted. Rifle nade. Oh, anti-tank. Is it a rifle grenade? I always forget. Yes, it is. Of course it is. I'm so used to these satchels from Company Heroes 1 still. Oh, stops the cap on the fuel again. Grenadier's having a real tough time of trying to cap there. Stuart repairing a safe haven, as previously alluded to. Meanwhile, we've got, of course, the faster repair speeds now. I think it's like a third faster or something like that when they've got the Minesweeper. So it really makes sense to get the Minesweeper on your Pioneers. There it is. Aren't actually behind Grant. Well, at least these M1 Grunts. There you go. Perfectly showing my point there. They weren't behind cover fully. Oh, and here it comes. Call in meta. The Pershing. It's now a lot more consistent with its fire. It's not quite as devastating on the first shot every time, allegedly. So we'll have to wait and see if that is the case. I still think it's the best tank in the game. In a 1v1 setting, at least. And here it is. Ouch. Meanwhile, in the north, Stuart's causing issues. Causing them Grens away. Panzer IV leading the way in the south. Destroys that pesky M20 Husk. Big boys in town. Gonna need a Stug, I believe. Doesn't have tier 2. Nope. Skipping that's trendy right now. Talamine here. It does have the Minesweeper, so blows it up. .90 fuel needed to get that Stug. Stuart standing in harm's way. Could get a pesky shell shock or point blank engine shot even if he could stand still for a moment. Pioneers just about escaping back to base. 25 manpower to reinforce them. Not many people realise that it does actually cost a lot to keep reinforcing your Pioneers even, relative to Soviets at least. Stug in the build. MG42 sets up. Panzer IV's trying to just help out here, but he can't even damage the engine. Not damage the engine, damage the health. That's all of the Pershing with that first shot. Complete glancing blow. Pershing couldn't get its shot off. May want to attack ground. Apparently not. Meanwhile, in the south, MG is suppressing. We've got a selection, by the way. It's German infantry doctrine, giving access to fragmentation bomb and stormtroopers and all sorts of good stuff. Pershing on retreat. Grenadiers make it out of there. That would have been good if they'd hit the Talamine. Or the Pershing had it. Would have been a full detonation. An obliteration of that squad. Grenadiers chilling out behind the wall. Going to try and act in unison with the Stug. And he's got every right to. Here comes the Panzer IV. This is a big push by Noggano. He's trying to do work against the Pershing. Needs to hit this shot. Can't quite do it. Stug's following up. Hits the barrels instead. I only get excited because they were added by White Flash on this overhaul to create more aesthetics. Nice damage goes in. Can he jump out now? Make it through that gap. Get the Faust off. Couldn't quite get it. There's that mine there. Maybe that could be detonated perhaps. Oh, but main gun destroyed critical. The bullshit happens. Panzer IV suffers. Stuart doesn't come in for a plucky attack. Thinks better of it. Grenadiers against those Vet 3 riflemen. The Rangers tag team in with a hot tag. Grenade beckons, possibly on retreat path. Doesn't chance it. Meanwhile, North. MG's in duress. Going to lose that veterancy. Needs to be careful. Will he get away with the veterancy? Rifle nade in. Oh, rifle nade saves the day. Stuart going to force the Grens away. Panzer IV awaiting the loving arms of the veterancy 2 Pioneers. So watch out how fast they repair. This should show you. Well, it's a little bit biased now because there's a second Pioneer, but should have showed you how quickly it gets repaired. Oh, and there you go. Both minesweepers. That's a quick repair speed. Now look at that. Gren's capping the victory point. Fuel is protected. Munitions aren't connected. Meanwhile, Stuart's just chilling. Pershing's ready for war once more. Round 2. Fight! As is the Stug. As is the Panzer IV. Vet 3 Grenadiers. With that new received damage buff at Veterancy 3. Stug gets a good shot in. As does the Pershing. Oh, and the writhing, lifeless body of the Grenadier. Sorry, the crew gunner. What is this rifleman doing? That's going to be very imminently dead. Surely. Big shot from the Panzer IV to finish the job. Misses by a whisker. Upside in the north. Got veteran squad leaders on this Grenadier. That's a decrewed 50 cal. Any rifle nades used? No. But we do have a Vet 3 MG42. The one that got away. Pershing pushing in. Panzer IV in peril. This is a double bazooka rear echelon you've got to watch out for. Is he going to finish the job? Yes, he is. However, the Stug just got a decent shot up on the Pershing. Oh! Pioneers nearly die. Will the Stug go in? No, he will not. That was just the barrels on the side of the house detonating. Don't worry too much. Stuart causing issues. Vet 3 MG42 forced away. Victory points dwindling for your Russian hero against the American captain of chaos, VonIvan. Jackson building. This will surely be the end, or will it? We'll have to wait and see. We all know that Noggano has the staying power to stay in battles well past his expiration date and spoil the party with food poisoning. It was a pun. It was a deliberate pun. I don't know if you caught it. I'm just going to call it out. I don't want my pun-making brilliance to be lost on anybody, even if it means being incredibly uncool. 97 victory points remain. Jackson's now going to eat some surface with his shark skin camo. Stug, Veterancy 2, getting the skirtsen. Or is it shirtsen? The side skirts, that's probably the best way to say it. I can't remember the German. Jackson. Ooh, thinking of it. Doesn't want to tango quite yet. Meanwhile, Rangers flanking. Pioneers pushing. Get rid of the riflemen. They're going to need their Grenadier cousins to help out though, because these guys are on a rampage. 12 kills and counting. A lot of health damage there though. Grenade thrown. Well dodged by Noggano. VonIvan wisely runs away. Stuart chilling in the north. Randomly panned the camera for no reason. What is the Pershing doing? Oh, he's back in battle. That's what he's doing. He's got target vehicle on. Come on, VonIvan. No, don't attack the bush, VonIvan. He's attacked the bush. This bastard knows no limits. VonIvan hates foliage. It's a meme ever since GCS qualifying, when a Stuka was spent most of the game accidentally attacking the trees on the map Crossroads instead of the enemy. Meanwhile, in the north, Stug has something to say to the Jackson, and it's not very kind words at all. Stuart on 20 kills now. This rifleman's got 14. Grenadier is just about surviving thanks to this stack of bricks blocking the bullets. G42. It's 50 kill. Repositioning. Sitting on the victory point. Does have okay sightlines. No, he doesn't actually. And he's been smoked out immediately. Rifle make it within the capping circle, keeping the triple cap pressure on. Got a second Stug being built. Pershing chilling in the centre. VonIvan clearly thinks he has this game won. Stug 3's built. Grenadier considering causing issues. Well, no, he's just going to go for the victory point. I don't know what that casting meant. I don't know why I said that. It's a token AE phrase. Don't worry about it. Considering causing issues. What does even that mean? Sometimes I chat so much shit. I've been doing this a long time, as you can imagine. When I'm feeling tired as well, I just kind of go into zombie casting mode. I'll hear it in tournaments with the fake hype sometimes. Just to keep myself awake. Jackson and Pershing pushing in, causing problems for the Stug. The vanilla Stug, though, is protecting his bigger brother. Bazookas, Pershing, Jackson, oh my, all coming in on the Stugs as one. Coming in unison. They reverse away, and they're actually making good work here. Pershing's had his main gun destroyed. Will the vanilla, well, now veteran 1 Stug be able to cause an issue? No, and he wasn't able to get any Panzerfaust in the meantime. Oh no, that was a Pershing grenade. A veterancy 2 Pershing grenade. The Faust did go off, but not much could be done about it, and of course the Stug is repaired. That's a big shame. This game looks all but over. Smoke comes down, just trying to take the victory point here. Oh, the Scott's going to further punish him. This is surely over. There's no way back for Noggano at this point. Can't see happening. And oh god. Incendiary rounds. They do nothing. VonIvan clearly thinks he's won this. Can't be much way back at all. Oh! Crew members getting killed. The Pershing can't do anything right now. It's got its main gun destroyed. Oh my god, the Faust Grenadiers have got in the Jackson. It's a German Jackson. He's turning his turret on its maker. Grand Theft Auto. Larceny on the high seas. Jackson's going to take out the Pershing. The impotent cannon does nothing. There's 17 victory points remaining. What the hell? Such a turnabout in play. No way VonIvan could see that coming. The Faust Grenadiers got shots off from afar. Now the Jackson's going to go balls deep on this. Stug pushing in. Jackson's going to finish off the Stuart for certain. One big shot. Makes it happen. Destroyed engine. Very lucky there. Here comes the Stug though. Takes out the Scot. 10 points remain, however. Needs to get in that central capping circle. Is doing that, just that. Here come the Rangers. VonIvan has to make this happen now. He can't afford the Rangers to wipe these squads. Couldn't get the suppression down, facing the wrong way. Fragmentation bombs come down on the Stuart. Missed it on camera, but the important battle is here because the Rangers could be capping now. Fragmentation bomb, I think, took out, yes, the Stuart and the repairing rear echelons, was it? No, the rear echelons are there, and they finish off the Jackson. That dastardly Jackson. The Stuart's going to reverse backwards. The Grenadiers watch on. For a moment it looked like the comeback was on, but he couldn't make it happen, unfortunately. Grenadiers watch on as the riflemen get their toe over the line and keep the victory points in the American player. VonIvan's favour. And that crazy US bastard pulls it out of the fire at the last possible moment and takes the victory. By the way, interestingly, US won every single game of a best-of-5 series between VonIvan and Noggano. I think VonIvan, or I can't remember who got the heads or tails flip, but they chose USF in the deciding ace game, and USF won. That was on every single map, so it wasn't necessarily on this one, so don't worry too much about that. But yeah, I think this map certainly is a heck ton better now. I think you can agree with me there. So many great changes to it. It's just feels really just better paced now, and like it's just got more character to it. So I'm really happy with that, and I hope you enjoyed the cast. Feel free to leave your thoughts and feedback in the comment section as ever below. And yeah, I'm gonna just create a little bit of artificial suspense now. So yeah, just allow me to talk to you for a moment. I can see that we've got some good streamers right now in game. Isilda's plugging away, playing 2 vs 2 with creative. You know, me personally, I'd prefer to see him playing probably 1 vs 1 right now, because obviously the big championship's coming up, and he did so well in the 1v1 Elite Showdown by winning it. These are the stats, by the way, of that game. I know it's a bit of a throwaway game. It's not to be looked into too much. It was on a new map to both players, but always interesting to see the stats. That's VonIvan. Best tank was the Pershing. It would have been funny if it was the Jackson and both players had the Jackson the same one. That would be funny. For Noggano, it was the Stuk. Just to show the army value graphics I've already shown, I'll also show you points held, which is always a good one. And yeah, nice little game for you there. I know it's been a while, but you have to appreciate that I've got a lot going on in my personal life, so it's pretty difficult to keep on with the scene, but I have been helping out with maps and stuff, so I never truly gone. And there you go. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope the artificial suspense works, and if you've made it this far, give me a shout. It's always good to hear the people that are watching every second of the game. It's always cool. And yeah, until next time, dudes. Hopefully it's a shorter gap until next time at least. Until next time, goodbye.